Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Study series, continuing with Rudra Geet. Today's shloka, shloka number 50 of chapter 24, canto 4. Purarechaka samvijna
Purarechaka samvijna
Valivalgudalodaram
Valivalgudalodharam
Pratisankramayad vishvam
Prasankrama Disham
Nabhyavarta gabhiraya.
Abhyavarta Gabhiraya.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Pura,
Pura.
inhaling.
Inhaling.
Rechaka,
Rechaka.
exhaling.
Exhaling.
Samvijna,
Samvijna.
agitated.
Agitated.
Vali,
While
the wrinkles on the abdomen.
the wrinkles of the abdomen.
Valgu,
One who.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Dala,
Dala.
like the banyan leaf.
The vanilla leaf.
Udaram,
Udharam.
abdomen.
Abdomen.
Pratisankramayat,
Pragisankramayat.
coiling down.
Coiling down. Okay.
Vishwam,
Vishwam.
universe.
Universe.
Nabhya,
Abhya.
navel.
Navel.
Avarta,
Avarta.
screwing.
Growing.
Gabhiraya,
Gabhiraya.
by deepness.
Vulgarness.
Translation. The Lord's abdomen
The Lord Andaman
is beautiful
is beautiful
due to
due to
3 ripples in the flesh.
3 ripples in the flesh.
Being so round,
Being so round,
his abdomen resembles
the
leaf of a banyan tree.
Leaf of the banyan tree.
And when he exhales and inhales,
and when he exhales and inhales,
the movement of the ripples appears very, very beautiful.
Appears very, very beautiful.
The coils within the navel of the Lord,
the coils with the navels of the Lord,
are so deep that it appears that the entire universe sprouted out of it. And yet again, wishes to go back. So reading from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. The whole universe is born out of the lotus stem, which sprouted from the navel of the Lord. Lord Brahma sat on the top of this lotus stem to create the whole universe. The navel of the Lord is so deep and coiling that it appears that the whole universe again wants to withdraw into the navel, being attracted by the Lord's beauty. Very nice, where Lord Shiva is saying, the universe has just sprouted out on top of this lotus, inside this lotus stem. Now, the universe itself is so attracted to the Lord's beauty that it wants to go back into the Lord's navel. The Lord's navel and the ripples on his belly always increase the beauty of his bodily features. The details of the bodily features of the Lord especially indicate the personality of Godhead. That means if so much description is being given by Lord Shiva of the Lord's beauty, so far in the previous shlokas that I was just looking at the shlokas. So from the 44th shloka, Lord Shiva is saying, I want to see that form of yours that devotees really hold in high regard and with so much love and affection for you. And then the following shlokas, Lord Shiva is describing the Lord's beauty, the color of his skin, how his body glistens like as if raindrops have fallen on a lotus leaf, that he's so beautiful. His forearms, his eyes are like lotus petals, his nose, the smile that is so attractive, his forehead that is even more attractive, his fully decorated ears that are so pleasing, So in detail, Lord Shiva is explaining the Lord's form and his beauty. So therefore, Prabhupada is mentioning it. This is not like the impersonalists who believe that Lord does not have any form, that the form actually came out of the formless. Here, Lord Shiva is saying that sidelong glance of yours really turns the devotee's emotions upside down. His hair is so curly, his garments are waving in the wind. His waist belt, his ornaments, his shoulders are like a lion's. And on these shoulders, you see these beautiful forest garlands. And now, Lord Shiva is describing the abdomen of the Lord in such detail, with such vivid description of a banyan leaf and the ripples and the 3 rings. So here Prabhupada writes, the details of the bodily features of the Lord especially indicate the personality of Godhead. Impersonalists cannot appreciate the beautiful body of the Lord, which is described in these prayers by Lord Shiva. Although the impersonalists are always engaged in the worship of Lord Shiva, they are unable to understand the prayers offered by Lord Shiva to the bodily features of Lord Vishnu. Actually, the impersonalists are all worshipping Lord Shiva, and of course they do a lot of Shakti Puja also, Devi Puja also. But still, they're not able to understand their own Lord's mood of meditating on the Lord's features, on Lord Vishnu's features. Lord Vishnu is known as Shiva Virinchi Nutam, for he is always worshipped by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So Prabhupada is making a reference to the 11th canto, the 5th chapter, the 33rd shloka, and I'll just read the translation of that shloka, which Prabhupada is referencing in this purport. My dear Lord, you are the Mahapurusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I worship your lotus feet, which are the only eternal object of meditation. Those feet destroy the embarrassing conditions of material life and freely award the greatest desire of the soul, the attainment of pure love of Godhead. My dear Lord, your lotus feet are the shelter of all holy places and of all saintly authorities in the line of devotional service, and are honored by powerful demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. So that is that phrase that Prabhupada is using in the purport. My Lord, you are so kind that you willingly protect all those who simply bow down to you with respect, and thus you mercifully relieve all the distress of your servants. In conclusion, my Lord, your lotus feet are actually the suitable boat for crossing over the ocean of birth and death. And therefore, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva seek shelter at your lotus feet. So, this is the phrase that Prabhupada is referencing. I'll just briefly read from the purport. I'm not reading the entire purport to this shloka, which is 11.5.33. So after describing the Lord's manifestation in Kali Yuga with the verse Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam, this and the next verse are now presented to glorify the Lord's appearance in Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Varnam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in Kali Yuga and teaches everyone to chant the holy name of Krishna. The members of the ISKCON movement are so much absorbed in Krishna Varnam, or chanting the holy names of Krishna, that sometimes ordinary persons refer to them as the Krishnas. Thus, whoever comes into contact with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement immediately begins to worship Krishna by chanting his holy name. Of course, this is the 11th canto, so the purports are not written by Prabhupada, because Prabhupada left his earthly pastimes, I think in the 10th canto, maybe the 25th chapter, somewhere in between, there is where we have Prabhupada's purports too. So these purports are written by Prabhupada's disciples. So essentially, all aspects of the Lord's beauty are being glorified by the Supreme Lord, including the navel of the Lord, which is not ordinary at all. Because in a way, you could say this navel is the source of the entire universe. Everything comes into being from that lotus stem coming from the Lord's navel. And within that lotus stem are all of the universes that Brahma is then doing that Visarga process. At first, Brahma doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He just suddenly pops up on top of the lotus one day and he's like, who am I? What am I supposed to do? Then, of course, he hears the words tapa, the syllables tapa, and therefore he understands, okay, I am supposed to do some austerity before I can actually even get instructions from the Lord. So one instruction came through the sound of the waters of the ocean that was surrounding him. And then after he fulfills that instruction of tapa, then the Lord transmits knowledge to him. So you can understand how complicated this whole universal system is. So one day, Prabhupada was describing Garbhodakashai Vishnu and how the lotus appears from his navel. And one of Prabhupada's disciples said, Prabhupada, is it really possible that this entire Brahmanda is inside this lotus stem? Because for us, our understanding of a lotus is it's tinier than us, so we can hold it in our hand, we can offer it to the Lord. So how is it that there's millions and millions of Brahmandas are inside each of Garbhodakashai Vishnu's lotus flower? And Prabhupada said, yes, it is possible. It is just that the Lord is gigantic and the lotus flower is gigantic. You can't imagine how gigantic this lotus flower is, Prabhupada said. So anything and everything about the Lord is extraordinary. So much so the universe wants to go back into the navel of the Lord. The universe is like, as if it's a personality, it is attracted to the Lord's navel and the ripples of his navel. So this is Lord Vishnu that is being described here. So it is said that Lord Vishnu has 60 of the 64 qualities. And what distinguishes Lord Krishna from Lord Vishnu is that Lord Krishna has 4 additional qualities: Rupam Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and Prema Madhuri. These 4 things make Lord Krishna very, very unique. Therefore, his beauty even surpasses that of Lord Vishnu. If Lord Vishnu is so beautiful, how much more beautiful would Lord Krishna be? So you can understand that even when the gopis, when Krishna leaves them in the middle of the Ras dance, even the gopis are not able to tolerate that they're not going to be able to see the Lord anymore. So they explain that even 1 second of being separated from the Lord is equal to like 1/2 a day, 12-hour period of Lord Brahma. So they are experiencing such separation that they think time has just expanded, that 1 second has become millions and millions and trillions of years for them, billions of years for them. And of course, there is that famous expression of the gopis that I don't know how clever this Brahma is. We should never ever lose sight of Krishna. I don't know why this Brahma has created eyelids, because the eyelids, every time you blink, you're not taking darshan of Krishna. So like that, they criticize Brahma and his lack of creativity while, creating the eyes of this Jivatma with eyelids. So that is the anxiety of a devotee. You can see Lord Shiva is so focused on describing the various beautiful aspects of the Lord's person and personality. It is a person who has a personality. So the person is being described as much as his personality is also being described by Lord Shiva here.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.